founder of that effort, Dr. Rudy Reina, was telling me about how great the organization was, that if the kids stuck through it from the first year all the way to graduation, that their program was showing 100% attendance into college. And I said, wow, Stockton needs that. And so I invited Dr. Rudy Reina to come here to talk to my foundation and to talk to the University of Pacific. And I also invited a few regents, and one of the regents at Pacific, Tom Zuckerman, stepped up to the plate, and he says, "What do you need?" I said, "Well, I need $25,000, Tom." He wrote a check, said, "Start this effort." And that's how the Reaching for the Stars UOP Summer Academy got its start. And I'm so happy that I a few weeks back, Nancy invites me to a meeting with SMUD representatives, and we were kicking the idea of starting a similar program at the Sacramento campus of UOP. And SMUD said, "What do we need?" And I think Nancy handled the finances there, and she secured $25,000 for that one. So we're going to start. We started that one. I was there a couple weeks ago for their kickoff, and we started that one as well. So that's going to grow. We only have one class of students, but it's going to grow year after year to something like this. And now I want to challenge in public to Nancy and her crew that we ought to do the same thing in San Francisco campus. So we ought to think about that and start working towards that. Yes, and she says she loves the challenge. She loves the challenge. And I also want to thank Victoria Bradford. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences. This is great. Never be afraid of talking in public. You're the subject matter expert when you talk about your own experiences, so no one can challenge that. So speak with authority, and you're the expert. Okay. So thank you very much for sharing. It takes a lot of courage to be in front of people where they're looking at you and wondering what's he going to say next, or what's she going to say next. So you're off to a great start. You did a great job, Ina. Thank you. Thank you. In speaking with folks, I always try to be short but concise and try to give a lot of information. And so I want to make sure that the talk is geared to you guys, because one of the things that we always tend to do to ourselves is we sell ourselves short. We don't allow ourselves to dream big. And you shouldn't do that. Do not. Your worst enemy is yourself. So don't be afraid to dream big. Because, my story is representative of what could happen if you do dream big. For you parents out there, say, give your kids the license to dream big. Because you're the one that's going to feed that dream, or you're the one that's going to squash that dream. And